Students, today again we are starting with the chapter 15, that is Harry Potter Learns Quidditch. Yesterday in this chapter we have discussed the story that this is a part of the Harry Potter stories, and this is written by John Kathleen Rowling. And the theme of this chapter is physical activities and sports. As you must be aware that in this activity they are discussing, or there is mention about a particular game which is different from our games, because it is something about the magical word, but it includes the physical activities and sports. So the theme of the chapter is, yesterday we have discussed that Harry Potter, one of the student, was not able to focus or concentrate on his classes, on the lectures that were given there, because he was so very much excited about his broomstick. That was a new equipment for her. And what was the purpose of that broomstick? To play the game Quidditch. So he was not able to focus on his classes. He did not eat his dinner properly, and he went straight to his dormitory to have a look of his broomstick. In the evening, he was supposed to be there in the stadium to practice with his mentor. The name of the mentor was Oliver Wood. So he was already there in the stadium, and he did not go to the stadium before that. For the first time, he was entering the stadium. There he saw the stadium, and he was so excited to play the game or to use the broomstick, that he could not wait for his mentor even, and he started playing with the broomstick the way it should be used. Then there came the mentor Oliver Wood, and he told him that, as McGonagall told him, it is not very difficult to teach anything to Harry Potter. But he also mentioned, he told him that, okay, I'll tell you the rules of the game, and then you will join the team to practice the game 3 days in a week in the stadium. As well as he also informed him that it is very easy to understand the rules of the game, but it is not that easy to play the game. As I told you the example yesterday, for example, if someone is telling you a recipe for something, then it is very easy when someone is explaining you the thing. You can do this, do this, do this, do this, then put this, then that, and that, and the thing is ready. But when you're actually going to do that thing, sometimes it becomes difficult for you. So that was the case here. He told him that it is easy to understand the rules, but it is not the same with playing the game. And then he started explaining the rules of the game to the Harry Potter, that there will be 7 members in the team. Out of those 7 members, 3 will be the chasers, who will try to put the quaffle. What is the quaffle? The balls of different sizes. Those were the quaffle. So those quaffle, they have to go through they have to take it through the hoops. What are the hoops? The iron rings. Okay. And if someone is able to do that once, that means that team has scored 10 points. And when Oliver Wood was explaining all this, and after understanding all this, and Harry Potter was repeating each and every rule after Oliver Wood explained it to him. He asked him, is it the same game like we used to play the basketball? But Oliver Wood was not aware of any such game named basketball. And now there will be a keeper also in each team, like We have seen it in the game of basketball or football, who used to protect or save the goal of the other team. And he informed, Oliver Wood informed here to Harry Potter that he is the keeper for Gryffindor. This much we have discussed yesterday. Now I will read further today and will explain you. So far the rules they have discussed. Now the next is three chasers, one keeper, said Harry, who was determined to remember it all. Why? We have seen yesterday as well that whenever Oliver Wood was explaining any rule of the game to Harry Potter, he was repeating each and everything so that he could remember all the things and he could keep the things in his mind. Okay, so again, first he explained about the three chasers that he reminded. Now, Oliver Wood explained about one keeper that also he reminded. Okay, and they play with the quaffle, the balls that Oliver Wood brought with him inside a crate. What is a crate? A wooden box. Okay, got that. So, what are they for? He pointed at the three balls left inside the box. Now, by the time Oliver Wood showed him only one ball, which is almost equal to the size of a football, which was quaffle. Now, the three balls were still remaining there in the crate. So, Harry Potter pointed towards those balls and he asked, what is the purpose of these balls? What are they for? I will show you now, said Wood. Take this. Oliver Wood replied, I will show you what is the purpose of having these three balls. And he said, take this. He handed Harry a small club, a bit like a rounder's bat. Now, what are these things? The club and the rounders. The club is a heavy stick with one end thicker than the other, a stick-like thing in which the one end of the stick is thicker and the other may be a little bit thin than the first one. And what is a rounders? A bat and ball game like cricket. So as we have discussed that somewhere the Quidditch is similar to the game of the cricket and the basketball or football, because here they are talking about the goal, and initially they have also mentioned about the three poles which are used in the cricket. So here these rounders are something like that, a bat ball game like cricket. So he gave those things to Harry. I'm going to show you what the Bloodgers do. Wood said, these two are the Bloodgers. Now he gave him two things. One is the club, the other one is the rounders. And he told him that now I'm going to explain you how these two things work. And these are the Bloodgers. Now what is the meaning of the Bloodgers? It means to seek or obtain at the expense of other. When you are trying to seek something from the someone else. He showed Harry two identical balls. Now he took out the two balls which are similar to each other. What is meant by identical? Which are very much similar to each other, look alike. Jet black and slightly smaller than red quaffle. Now this ball, the two identical balls were the jet black and they were slightly smaller than the first ball that Oliver Wood showed to Harry Potter, that was a quaffle and it was of red color. Harry noticed that they seemed to be straining to escape the straps holding them inside the box. Now, the phrase which is given here is straining to escape the straps. What does it mean? It means trying hard to free themselves from the chains. Trying hard to means to put the force to make an unusually great effort. The particular term straining means to force something to put so much effort so that you can be free from something. Straining to escape the strap holding them inside the box means when he was trying to take out the balls out of the box, it was seeming that those balls were tied with something and it takes much effort to take out those balls out of the box. You see, that was a magical word, so anything could be possible there. Stand back would warned Harry. Oliver Wood gave a warning to Harry Potter that you should stand back. He bent down and freed one of the blood girls. He himself bent down and freed one of the blood girls. Means he knew how to take out those things out of the box. It was also a magical thing. At once, the black ball rose high in the air and then pelted straight as Harry's face. So, as soon as Oliver Wood took out that ball out of the box, at first it rose high. It went high in the air and then it moved straight to the Harry Potter's face. Means it almost attacked on the face of the Harry Potter. Harry swung at it with the bat to stop it, like someone hits the ball in the cricket. What do you have? You have a bat, and when the ball comes, what do you do? When the ball comes, when the ball comes to you, you hit the ball with the help of the bat. So when that black ball came there and it almost attacked on the face of the Harry Potter, the Harry Potter used his bat to swung it again in the air.